Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back, y'all. Salute, salute, salute. I seen y'all. Y'all was chatting me for the stream even started. Salute to y'all. It's your boy Jay Jordan back again for another Liberty live stream. The W is back, people. The WNBA season has restarted after a couple weeks off due to the 2024 Paris Olympics. So we are back. This is the third game of the night. The number one seeded New York Liberty, 21-4 record, on the road to take on the 10th seeded LA Sparks, 6-18 record for them. There are two more games going on right now. I have them at the bottom of the screen. They both have just reached halftime not too long ago. We have the Mystics that are up 2 against the Minnesota Lynx. They got Shakira Austin and Brittany Sykes back, and so they're playing well. And Phoenix is smacking up Chicago. I was watching the broadcast earlier. They said the Olympians flew straight from Paris to Chicago instead of going to Phoenix and then back to Chicago. They flew straight to Chicago to play the Sky, and they're showing no sense of tiredness, no sense of anything because they are smacking them 50-28. Brittany Griner, Kalia Copper putting in work. Kalia Copper, I think this is her first game in Chicago since the trade during the offseason. But let's focus on this game here. New York versus LA. Daniel, salute, salute, salute. My resident LA Sparks fan, salute. Tudo, what's going on? So we're going to start with the starters. I was waiting for them to really update it. They just did. So we got New York Liberty, Vandersloot, Sabrina, Phoebage, Stewart, and Jonquel. So I got that right. Their benches: Marquisha Davis, Kennedy Berg, Ivana Doigage, Jalen Sherrod, and Kayla Thornton. But Nigel Laney still out with the knee injury. She has surgery about a week or two before the All-Star break, Olympic break. They said she will be out for another 2 weeks from now. So we won't expect her back until September. So all the best to Benai Jelani Hamilton in her recovery. For the Sparks, they have Clarendon, Nurse, Jackson, Stevens, and Hamby. So just what I sort of predicted. Their bench is Crystal Dangerfield, Lee Yaroo, Ray Burrell, and Zaya Cook. They have a ton of injuries for them. Stephanie Talbot got hurt during the Olympics. She's out with a foot injury. Lexi Brown still dealing with the Crohn's disease, which has been affecting her the past couple seasons. Ari McDonald out with a foot injury as well. She was their starting point guard. And Cameron Brink, of course, is out with the ACL injury. She's out for the season. All right, people, this game is on ESPN. I'm watching ESPN2 right now. They have WNBA Countdown going on ESPN right now. They have some Little League World Series game, so I didn't want to really watch that. So I'm just watching the WNBA Countdown on ESPN right now. Game starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. So in about 6-ish minutes, this game should start. But I appreciate you guys tuning in early. We can talk about the game before, give our predictions, and then have a good game. Hey, Mom, what's going on? What is up? All right. So this is the third time that Liberty will be playing the Sparks. They played each other back in June. Back-to-back games. They played on June 20th and June 22nd in New York. The Liberty won game 1, 93-80, and they won game 2 days later, 98-88. So the next two games will be, of course, in LA today, of course, and the next game will be on August 28th. In terms of leading scorers for both teams, Sabrina Ionescu leading the way for the Liberty, 19.8 points a game, shooting 90% from the foul line, 42% from the field. For the Sparks, Dearica Hamby is leading the way, 19.2 points a game, 52% from the field. She needs to improve her free throw percentage. She's shooting 61%. Jonquel Jones leading the way in rebounding for the Liberty, 9.1 rebounds a game, Dearica Hamby averaging 10 rebounds a game. In terms of assists, Sabrina Ionescu averaging 6.1 assists for the Liberty. Ari McDonald, who's out tonight, averaging 4 assists for the Sparks. Of course, as you know, both teams had Olympians playing in the Olympics. The Sparks had Lee Yuru for China, and they had Steph Talbot for Australia. They had also had Dearica Hamby on the three-on-three team that won the bronze medal. So they have a couple players that were overseas in Paris during this break. For the Liberty, of course, we had Brianna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu playing for Team USA. And you had Leonie Fibic and Niara Sabli playing for Team Germany. So we had 4 Olympians over there. Unfortunately, the Germans did not medal, but the Team USA, of course, won the gold. But Niara Sabli looked pretty good. She did get injured while she was over there. Some friendly fire between Leo and Niara. She was out with a concussion for a couple games, but the game she did come back, she did have 20-plus points. What's up, Liz? Liz says, hey, Jay, salute. LA Sparks are my second favorite team. I mean, I don't blame me. The LA Sparks were supposed to be a pretty fun team before Cameron Brink got hurt. LA Sparks, if you were on the live stream yesterday, I was going through the remaining schedule for all the teams, and I sort of predicted the Sparks to probably finish at the bottom of the league with all the players coming back for the Dallas Wings and the Washington Mystics. So if everybody stays healthy for those teams, the players that just came back, meaning like Brittany Sykes and Shakira Austin for Washington, and you have Satu Sabali coming back for Dallas, then I could see LA sort of falling down. But I could be wrong. Nothing is set in stone, of course. But it'll be interesting to see where teams end up when we get to September 19th, which is the last day of the season. All right, before the break happened, the Liberty had won 4 of their last 5 games. Their last loss was on July 6th against the Indiana Fever. After that, they beat Connecticut twice and Chicago twice, both at home and on the road. So that's how they finished off their schedule before the Olympic break. The Sparks, they won 2 of their last 5 games before the break. They beat Vegas in overtime, 98-93 on July 5th. Then they ended up losing 2 games at home to the Phoenix Mercury and the Minnesota Lynx. They beat Dallas on July 13th, 87-81, and then they lost their last game to Seattle by 6, 89-83 before the Olympic break. They just got back Azurá Stevens. She was out a majority of the first half of the season with a shoulder injury she sustained during the off season, and while she was playing overseas, she came back. She probably played 2 games with them so far. They won 1 and lost 1, of course. So we'll see how that pans out for them. She is in the starting lineup. It's funny, you get a player back from injury and then you lose another player to injury. So it's tough. It's tough being a team in the WNBA. You're dealing with a lot of injuries. All right, let me switch to ESPN now. It's 9 o'clock. Let's see if they switch off for this Little League World Series stuff. Let's go live. Oh, the game ended. Oh no, they said the tip off at 9:08 for this Liberty versus Sparks game. Oh, this thing connected to my speaker. I don't know why. But if you're on ESPN right now, it is on the Little League World Series thing still. I don't know what they're gonna do. If they're gonna switch the game to ESPN2 or they're gonna keep it on ESPN, but I'll keep you updated as much as possible. All right, this is the last game of the day. As I mentioned, last game of the day. Looking at the standings, looking to see if any movement can take place today. So if Minnesota wins, they can move up. No, they'll just stay in 3rd place. If they lose, they'll drop down to to fifth place actually if they lose, possibly, because Las Vegas is 16-8. If they lose, they're 17-9. Depending on the percentage points, they could potentially move down, or they could, if they win, they'll stay at the third seed. For Chicago, which I don't see it happening the way they've been playing, I don't see they can move up to seventh, but I don't see them winning this game. Washington looking to move up to 10th seed if they win today as well. So a little bit of movement, I should say, could happen. A little bit of movement can happen tonight. They're still on WNBA Countdown here. Still on WNBA Countdown. Let's see. Daniel said, "Hey Jay, do you think Tia Cooper or Liz Cambage will ever play in the W again?" Nah, Liz is done in the W. Liz is done in the W. Tia Cooper, I haven't even seen that name, heard that name in a while. I don't think is she still interested in coming to the W? I mean, there's so much talent coming in. I don't, unless she's improved, I don't really see a spot for her, really. So it'll be interesting to see, but as of now, I don't really see it. I don't think both of those players will come back. All right. They said tip off is about 6 minutes. I'm just keeping an eye to see whether they switch the game off of this Little League World Series or what they decide to do. Let's see. Yep, it's still on the Little League World Series here. They should just forfeit this game, but it is what it is. So we'll just hold on ESPN 2. All right, on WNBA Countdown, they're just having people submit questions in the meantime. Probably just trying to fill the time until the game actually starts. My expectations for this game, we could go over that. My expectations for this game, I expect the Liberty to win this game. I want to see Jonquel Jones assert herself. Just Brianna Stewart and Sabrina just coming back from the Olympics from Paris. I expect them probably not to start as strong. I take that back. They are probably more in game shape than the players who have been sitting at home or just been practicing in the practice gym. So I expect they probably will have a better game, but I want to see Jonquel Jones assert herself. Get back to how she was playing earlier in the season when it was like a double machine. She was hitting the three. She was very into the game, not getting into foul trouble. So I expect to see that from Jonquel. From LA, I want to continue to see Rakia Jackson's development. See how Azurá Stevens comes along as well. I don't know what else to really expect from the Sparks at this point. Yeah, Tudo's right. Tudo says JJ got to play bully ball again. Yeah, she gotta get back to it. Let's see, did they switch the channel or nope, they didn't switch it. All right, it looks like they're starting the coverage here on ESPN2, so I'm gonna just hold on here. All right. Thank you guys all for tuning in. The game has not started yet, so you're not missing anything. Tip-off is supposed to be in the next 3 minutes, according to ESPN. If you do want to watch, the game is supposed to be on regular ESPN. Right now, it's on ESPN2 due to the Little League World Series game that's finishing up. So if you wanted to watch it live, you can watch it there. But I hope you stick around for the commentary. Hope you stick around. As I mentioned earlier, I have the scores from the other two games that are going on. Those were both 8 p.m. Eastern starts. Washington is now losing to Minnesota 44-39. Phoenix is still beating up on Chicago 50-32. Game is taking place in La La Land, LA, at the Crypto.com Arena. The Liberty will be playing this game against the Sparks, and then they will be going to Las Vegas to take on the Aces on Saturday. That will be their first matchup of the season. If you're into the betting world, New York is 11.5-point favorites in this game. Take that as you will. The over under on the game is 164.5. Did I put anything on this game? I don't think I did. So it's Tiffany Green and Carolyn Peck on the call for this game. If you're into your commentators. I'm going to switch back to ESPN. Nope. Still on Little League World Series. So we're on ESPN 2. Tudo said, I wish ESPN would do what other channels do, which is if they got a program at the time, they would cut whatever they playing short and do what they have on at that time. Yeah, but yeah, you would I guess it's easier to keep whatever's playing on and start the new thing on a brand new channel than I mean, they would probably do that for another sport, for the W, unfortunately. I know TNT does that sometimes as well. Sometimes they'll start it on another channel and then tell you to switch over. It's just the nature of sports, honestly. At least the W in that case. So De'Erica Hamby, they're highlighting her, averaging a double-double, 19.2 points, 10 rebounds. As you know, she got that. She has sued the Aces and the WNBA for discrimination against her while she was pregnant with the Aces. That case, we'll see how that case sort of pans out. Right, I already gave you the starting lineups. They are there on your screens. And we're about to get this show on the road. Oh, forgive me. I forgot Kia Nurse for the LA Sparks was also at the Olympics for Canada. She didn't have a good Olympics, so it sort of just left my mind. All right, all the girls are high-fiving. Sorry, the ladies are high-fiving and all that. We'll see a much different game called by the referees in the W as compared to the FIBA game. A lot less physical here in the W. They're gonna be calling those ticky-tack fouls. Those any little bit of contact will get called here, as compared to FIBA, where they were really letting them play, which I sort of like in some instances. Right, so it's Azare Stevens versus Jonquel Jones for the jump ball at center court here. As tradition by the Sparks, everybody stands until the Sparks score. Jump ball is up, and the Sparks win possession. And we are off, people. We are off. Clarendon over to Rakia Jackson, guarded by Leo. Over to Azare Stevens. Pump fake, left-hand dribble over to Kia Nurse, left side. Down to Azare. 10 on the shot clock. Azare, handoff to Clarendon, guarded by Sloot. Sloot has a mask on her face again. I don't know what happened. Ball stripped by Leo. It goes off of her. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Clarendon to inbound. Under the basket. Over to Rakia. Rakia, 2 seconds, fall away jump shot, misses, and Leo secures the rebound and gets it to Vandersloot. Vandersloot dribbles up the court. Right side of the court, out to Jonquel, over to Sabrina. Sabrina, left-hand dribble into the paint. Hesitation dribble. She dribbles back out. Rescreen by Jonquel. She slips over to Leo. Leo looking. Leo down to J.J. 5 on the shot clock. Against Hamby. 1 leg fall away jumper is good. And the Liberty are on the board with Jonquel Jones. LA with the ball. Hamby, handoff to Rakia, right side of the floor. Rakia, left-hand dribble into the paint. She's looking, dribbles out to Kia Nurse. Kia Nurse, 7 on the shot clock. To Azare Stevens, over to Hamby. Hamby, pump fake, gets into the paint, throws up the layup, misses. Jonquel secures the rebound. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina, left side. Over to Jonquel, over to Stewie, her first touch. Stewie with the ball. Top of the key to Jonquel. Top of the key, 3. Hey, JJ. Welcome back, girl. JJ knocks down the top of the key 3. She has all 5 points for the Liberty. It's 5-0 New York. Clarendon with the ball. To Hamby, top of the key. Hamby to Rakia. A good rotation by JJ. Hamby took her eyes off the ball. JJ with the steal. JJ bringing the ball up the court. To Stewie. Stewie in the paint, but dribbles out. Stewie, spin move, guarded by Clarendon. One leg jumper is off. Rebound to Hamby. That was a rush shot by Stewie. And Hamby brings it up the court. Hamby attacks. She loses the ball again. Throws it out to Rakia, but Leia with the steal. And Vandersloot on the run. She slows it down. The Sparks get back. Oh, no look to Stewie. Stewie, one leg fall away, misses. And somehow the ball just bounces right back into her hand. Vandersloot for a 3, and Sluty knocks down the 3. Liberty up 8-0 to start. 2 threes so far for the Liberty. Clarendon with the ball. Over to Azare. Azare pump fakes. Azare left hand dribble into the paint. Switches hand. Misses. Jonquel with another rebound. Over to Sloot. Sloot crosses half court. Hand off to Stewie. Stewie on the run. That's a layup. And the Liberty are on up 10-0. Timeout Sparks. And the Liberty picking up where they left off. 10-0 run to start this game for New York. Timeout Sparks. That's what you like to see, people. That is exactly what you like to see. Coming off the break, you got a weak team like the Sparks. You go right at them to start. Jonquel asserting herself early. 5 points, a 3, a fall away jump shot from the mid range. Sloot hits a 3. Stewie just gets a layup. Exactly what you like to see, people. Oh, I gave... Look at me. I have the wrong score up here. I'm adding stuff to the home team. Away. They are away. It's 10-0. 10-0. There we go. So why isn't ESPN updating stats here? They slacking. So it's 10-0 New York. 10-0 New York. Sorry, I had the wrong score up. I was adding stuff to the home team. They are the away team today. Is it Safari that's acting up? I don't know. Yeah, Safari's acting stupid. Let me get off ESPN. Let me go on Yahoo Sports. Daniel, I'm sorry. Yeah, your Sparks might get the belt to behind tonight. Yes, I did. Thank you. I totally forgot. I had her on the injury thing before, and I forgot to add her. Thanks, Daniel. Niara Sabali. There we go. Thank you, Daniel, for that. I totally forgot to add her. Totally forgot. 10-0 to start. 10-0 to start. All right, game's coming back on. They've given all her international accomplishments all the way from 2009 all the way till this Paris Olympics. She's just been racking up medals internationally. All right, let's see if any subs have been made. Let's see if any subs have been made for any of the teams. I'm going to hear the buzzer going off. So Lee Rue has checked in for the LA Sparks. And LA to inbound here to get it. And Crystal Dangerfield is also checked in. So it's Dangerfield, Yeru, Hamby, Jackson, and Nurse. Stevens and Clarendon go to the bench. New York still with the same lineup. Yeru in the paint, throws it up. Jonquel with the good rotation, and they call a weak foul. I don't. So Jonquel Jones might get charged with that foul. First foul on Jonquel. See, in FIBA, that wouldn't be a foul. But in the W, that's a foul. So Yeru at the line, played for Team China in the Olympics. She shoots the first, and she's short. The Sparks fans just sat down. I guess the rule is if they don't score before the first timeout, then you can sit. Yeru, and LA is finally on the board. She makes the second. It's 10-1. Man, I see this Liberty fan. I don't know what he does, but he's at the home games. He's at the away games. Sabrina shoots her first basket and off the back rim. Rebound to LA. Dangerfield with the ball. Dangerfield goes off the screen. Mid-range jump shot is good. And LA with their first field goal. And it's 10-3. Sabrina brings it up the court. Sabrina bounce pass to Jonquel. Over to Leo. Leo, mid-range jump shot. It bounces off. Jonquel fighting for it. Jonquel can't secure it. Oh, Vandersloot comes and steals it. They call a jump ball between Vandersloot and Dangerfield. So jump ball between Dangerfield and Vandersloot right by the Liberty basket here. They're highlighting Coach Brondello, coached Team Australia in the Olympics to a bronze medal. Okay, so the jump ball is up, and LA secures it. Dangerfield tips it to Yeru somehow, and they have the possession. Hamby over to Nurse on the left side. Nurse comes off the screen, and they call. What are they? They stopped the whistle. They blew the whistle. I don't know what the call is. I don't know if the clock was wrong. But Delaney Hamilton in street clothes. She's still recovering from the knee surgery. I don't know. I think the clock was wrong, so now they're restarting. Dangerfield with the ball. Dangerfield over to Nurse. Nurse. Sabrina. Good hands by Sabrina. Gets the steal. Gets it to Jonquel. They have a 3-on-1. Hand off to Leo. Leo. Layup is good. So Leonie Fibich on the board. It's 12-3 New York. 3 turnovers for LA. None for the Liberty so far. Hamby over to Jackson. Miscommunication. That's the 4th turnover for LA. Jackson miscommunication with Hamby. Ball quickly inbounded by the Liberty. Gets it up to Leo. Vandersloot to Sabrina. Top of the key. She calls out the play. Sabrina over to... Sorry, Stewart over to Sabrina. Sabrina wants to screen. Over to Sloot. Down to Stewie against Jackson. She attacks. And they call a foul there on Hamby on the rotation. Smacks her forearm. So Stewie will go to the line for her first free throws of the game. So Breanna Stewart, not really talked about in the MVP conversation this year. Her stats are not as crazy as they were last year. It's just been pretty modest for her standards. She hasn't had to do too much this season as she did last season when she was bombing off 40 point games. She misses the first but hits the second. Liberty are up 13-3. Rakia Jackson on the drive against Leo. She stops over to Yeru. Yeru corner 3, grazes the rim, rebound to Sloot. Sloot brings it up left side of the floor. Sloot over to Leo. Corner to Jonquel. Jonquel step back for 3. She doesn't shoot it. Over to Sabrina. 10 on the shot clock. Sabrina guarded by Ray Burrell, who's checked in. Sabrina left hand dribble, left hand hook, foul and 1. Sabrina Ionescu with the left hand hook goes off glass, gets fouled by Yeru, going to the line for the 3-point play. Good hesitation there. I don't know if that was really a foul there, but we'll take it. Sabrina at the line for the three-point play. And she misses the free throw. Usually a good free throw shooter. She misses that one. Leonie Phoebus to the bench. Kayla Thornton checks in for her. Dangerfield with the ball. Right side of the floor. Dangerfield into the paint. Stops. Pops. Misses. And Jonquel with another rebound. Jonquel. Bounce pass to Kayla Thornton. Kayla Thornton handoff to Vandersloot. Right side of the floor. Finds, oh, I thought that was late, but Stewie catches the pass from Sluty and scores. The bank shot from the right-hand side. 17-3 New York. Dangerfield over to Hamby, over to Ray Burrell. Burrell almost gets the ball stripped. Active hands by New York. Dangerfield gets into the paint. Good recovery. Ray Burrell wide open for the baseline jump shot. Misses. Tipped around. Giroux secures it. Gets stripped out by the Liberty. Stays with LA. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Danny said, my ears are bleeding. Sabrina goes to the bench. Let's see who checks in for her. Oh, Niara Sabli checks in. So it's Sloot. Oh, sorry. Dojkic checks in as well. So it's Sloot, Dojkic, Stewie, Sabli, and Thornton. LA with the ball. Ray Burrell, top of the key. Drives on Dojkic, and they call a foul there on the drive. So Ray Burrell going to the line, 4 free throws. The foul was on Ivana Dojkic. So it's 17-3. That is not a typo. That is a correct score, 17-3. Burrell at the line, shoots the first and buries the first. Ray Burrell averaging 5 points a game in her 13 minutes. And she buries the second. So it's 17-5 Liberty. Sloot over to Stewie on the curl. Stewie to the basket. Layup. That's how they need to get Stewie the basketball. Stop just giving her the ball and saying ISO. Have her coming off cuts, curls, going to the basket. That's how she's most effective. It's 19-5 New York. Ray Burrell. Bounce pass to Azare Stevens, who's checked in. Stevens shoots and scores. So Azare Stevens is on the board. It's 19-7. Azare from the foul line. Stewie with the ball against Azare. Attacks. Goes under the basket out to Dojkic. Dojkic on the drive. Throws it out to Sluty. Sluty for another 3. Hey, and Sluty knocks down another 3. That's 2 threes for Vandersloot. It's 22-7. LA with the ball. It's Dangerfield. Giroux, Stevens, Burrell, and Jackson. Stevens, she tried to throw it to Yao Ming, honestly, because that's how high that pass was. It goes right over everybody's heads. Out of bounds. Back to the Liberty. That's another turnover for LA here. Ball in play with New York. They have 5 turnovers. Stewart with the ball. Over to Vandersloot. Vandersloot rejects the screen. Picks up her dribble. And ball gets deflected out by Rakia. Stays with New York. A little miscommunication there. Kennedy Burke comes in for Brianna Stewart. So the only starter left on the floor is Vandersloot. So Dojkic inbounds to Sabli. Sabli over to Vandersloot. Vandersloot already hit 2 threes. She goes for another. And they call a moving screen by Niara Sabli. So that's the first turnover of the game by New York. Sabrina looks like she's about to check in for Vandersloot at the next dead ball. Dangerfield with the ball. She attacks the basket. Nobody there on the recovery. She smokes the layup, though. Niara Sabli with the rebound. Vandersloot on the run. Into the paint. Kayla Thornton, corner to Burke. Burke for 3. Off the back rim. Vandersloot, nobody there. Oh, she tried to bounce pass it to Sabli, but gets it out to Dojkic. They reset. 8 on the clock. Dojkic on the drive. Dojkic, almost a turnover. It is a turnover. Dojkic drove into traffic, had nowhere to pass it. 2 turnovers back-to-back by the Liberty. Burrell down to Jackson. Jackson up and scores. 22-9. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Last two possessions have been a little sloppy. Vandersloot with the ball. Picks up her dribble over to Sabally. Sabally, hand off to Dojkic. And they call a foul there on Burrell running into the screen there. So Sabrina comes into the game. I think Vandersloot is going out to get her first rest. Yes, and it is Vandersloot goes to the bench. Very productive for Vandersloot so far. Sabrina on the drive. She spins. No one to pass it to. Out to Kayla Thornton. Kayla Thornton. She steps for a mid-range jump shot. Oh! And she scores. So Kayla Thornton, not really her game to shoot step-back jumpers. But when it rains, it pours. And New York is up 24-9. Rakia Jackson with the ball. Rakia Jackson. I think she's played this whole first quarter. Rakia into the paint. Gets stripped by Kennedy Burke. Kennedy Burke brings it up the court. Bounce pass to Sabrina. Pump fakes. On the left side of the floor. Right in front of the Liberty bench. She attacks left side. Floater. And scores. Sabrina with a floater from like 18 feet out. 26-9. And we're under a minute to go here. New York cooking so far. Azare Stevens, top of the key three off the rim, and it bounces safely out of bounds. Liberty basketball. So the Liberty look really good. Ball is moving. Granted, it's against LA, but they look really good so far. 26-9. They're in the bonus, so if they get fouled, they'd be shooting free throws the rest of this quarter. Thornton over to Sabally. Sabally over to Sabrina. Sabrina rejects, comes off the screen. She shoots a three. Short. Ball bounces around, and LA secures it. Dangerfield has it now. Crosses half court. 22 seconds to go. About a 4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock here. Ray Burrell on the attack. She goes into the body of Sabally, and she draws the foul. That is 2 fouls on Niara Sabally. So Ray Burrell going back to the line for free throws. She hit her last 2. So Sabally, 2 fouls. Let's see if they sub her out. She misses the first. Sabally will go to the bench. JJ will come in for the rest of this quarter. Burrell buries the second. So they finally into double digits. 26-10. 15 seconds to go here. Let's see what the Liberty can draw up. Sabrina crosses half court. Zaya Cook is checked into the game, guarding Sabrina. Sabrina gets the switch on to Lee Yarou. Crossover, hesitation on Lee Yarou. Bounce pass to Kayla Thornton. Corner 3. Buries it at the buzzer. And a perfect, damn near perfect quarter for the New York Liberty. Sabrina gets the switch to Yarou. Blows by her. They bring the help over. Corner to Kayla Thornton, wide open in front of the Liberty bench. Knocks down the 3. And at the end of the first, it's 29-10 New York. Kayla Thornton with 5 points off the bench. That's what you like to see. What you like to see. So let's get ready for the second quarter. They're talking to Breanna Stewart right now. Let me send a tweet out. Damn near perfect quarter for my Liberty. Things you love to see coming off that break. Light am up, NYL. Oh, she asked if jet lag is okay for Sabrina. For Breanna. Breanna said, "I'm good." Daniel said, "Liberty handing us a worse beating than I got from my mom as a kid." Yeah, I hear that, bro. I hear that. I hear that, man. Belt to behind. Belt to behind. So we getting ready for the second quarter, people. They're probably switching over to NBA to ESPN now. So let me switch over to ESPN. All right, so Liberty leading scorer so far, Brianna Stewart with 7 points. You got Vandersloot right behind her with 6, Kayla Thornton with 5, as well as Jonquel with 5. You got 4 from Sabrina Ionescu, 2 from Leo. So everybody doing their part so far. Everybody doing their part. Looking at these other games though, very interesting. We have Washington up 61-60 on Minnesota. I have it here on the iPad. I haven't been really paying attention to the game, but it's here for me to reference. And Phoenix continuing to beat up on Chicago, 74-54. Chicago, it was always going to be a struggle without with Kennedy Carter not playing tonight and Marina Mabry being traded to Connecticut. They don't have anyone who you can give the ball and say, go get me a bucket or command a double team. So it was always going to be tough sledding for them so far to start this the season back. Copper with 27 in her return to Chicago. Griner with 20. So the two Olympians cooking. The two Olympians are cooking. Yeah, that was a bad call by me on Natasha Cloud. I thought Cloud would have a better game, but Copper is the one having a good game. 27 points for Copper. Wow. We're still in timeout if you're just joining. Liberty went on a beautiful quarter there, 29-10. Everybody getting involved in the offense. The Sparks look like they're struggling. Make sure you leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're back to doing W content. We did the Olympics. Now we're back to doing the W. There's about 15, 16 games left in the season, depending on what team you follow. So this is the final stretch. Final stretch. All right, game is coming back now. New York, fewest first quarter points allowed since 2019 with the 10 points they did right there. They held the Sparks to in that quarter. So off the break, continuing to break Liberty history stuff. Ball and play with New York to start the second quarter. Sabrina is on the court. So it's Sabrina, Kayla, Jonquel, Phoebich, as Jonquel shoots a 3 way off, but Burke secures the rebound. Back to Sabrina. Sabrina, deep 3, buries it. Sabrina from like 30 feet out knocks down the 3, and it's 32-10. Stevens over to Burrell. So it's Dangerfield, Zaya Cook, Burrell, Hamby, and Stevens. Oh, good hands by Kennedy Burke. Another steal for her. She snatches it out the air. Bounce pass to Sabrina. Switches hands in midair and gets fouled. So Sabrina gets the ball way out. Nobody steps out. No hesitation. Knocks down the 3. And then Kennedy Burke on the other end just snatches the ball out of midair. Leads the break. Bounce passes Sabrina, who gets fouled on the drive. She'll shoot 2 free throws. Sabrina, first free throw is up and good. So Sabrina at the line for the second. Up and knocks it down. So Sabrina, quick 5 points to start this second quarter. It's 34-10. Dangerfield over to Stevens to Cook. Cook playing with the ball between the legs. Oh, Sabrina comes from behind, tries to get the steal, and they call a foul by Sabrina for hooking her from behind, I guess. So ball with LA, sideline, out of bounds. Ray Burrell to inbound, gets it into Dangerfield. 14 on the clock. Dangerfield guarded by Burke. Hand off to Zaya Cook. She's open for three. Short. Rebound to J.J. And J.J. leads the break. Over to Sabrina. Left side of the floor. Gets the screen from J.J. She gets into the paint. Bounce pass to J.J. on the drive. Pump fake up. Easy. Money in the bank. Jonquel with the layup. It's 36-10. Offense is flowing, people. Flowing. Jonquel up to 7 points and 4 rebounds. Double-double watch for her. Zaya Cook with the ball. Comes off the screen going left. Reverses. Over to Dangerfield. Right side of the floor. Over to Zaya Cook. Top of the key. 5 on the clock. 4. 3. She drives into the paint. She splits between both players, but she misses the layup. Rebound to Sabrina. Sabrina, touch pass to Leo. Leo, out to Jonquel. Jonquel, pump fakes. Hand off to Sabrina. Sabrina, coming off the screen. She hesitates. Over to Kayla. Corner to Burke. Burke on the drive. Kennedy Burke, baseline drive. Layup is good. Timeout, Sparks. The ball moving side to side. In dribble penetration, leading to open shots. Late rotations for the Sparks. And the Liberty on a 9-0 run to start this second quarter. Lead balloons to 28. That is the correct score, people. It is 38-10. 38-10. Tough sledding here for the LA Sparks, to be completely honest with you. Tough sledding. Let's look at the stats here. So we have Sabrina with 9 points now to lead to lead them in scoring. 7 points from Stewie. Leo with 2. Jonquel with 2. You got Kennedy Burke with 2. My computer freezing a bit. It looks like it was freezing. My bad. But they look good, people. They look good. So we're at a timeout right now. We are in a timeout. Sparks called a timeout. They want to talk it over. Hey, my computer freezing up. Crazy. My bad, guys, if my computer is freezing up. So we're at a timeout right now. If you're just joining, thanks for joining. Liberty's first game back after the Olympic break. They are on the road in LA against the Sparks. They are beating up the Sparks 38-10 at the moment. 38-10. Man, and that's the one thing I do miss about FIBA games. They didn't have a lot of commercials. They would probably have 1-2 commercials and it's back to the game. But you know, in the U.S. we gotta the commercials. These companies gotta get their ad revenue money, so they spam the commercials between every break. The game is coming back now. They're showing the replay of that last possession. Let's see if there's any substitutions that were made. New York has made 15 field goals. The Sparks have only attempted 14 field goals. So the Liberty have made more shots than the Sparks have attempted. That shows you how this game is panning out for the Sparks so far. So substitutions have been made. Clarendon is back in the game along with Azare Stevens, Kia Nurse, Hamby, and Rakia. Clarendon over to Hamby, over to Kia Nurse. Right-hand dribble into the paint, goes up, and scores against Sabrina. That's their first basket. They call a They call a foul on Kia Nurse before the ball was inbounded. So is that a free throw? Interesting. So Sabrina will shoot a free throw for the when you get. I think if you get fouled before the ball is inbounded, you get foul shot. So Sabrina at the line to shoot. Sabrina knocks down the free throw. A little push there by Nurse. So Liberty will inbound back under the LA bench. Sabrina brings it up the court, pass up to Leo. So Sabrina, Phoebich, Jones, Thornton, Burke. Hand off to Burke. Leo gets it to Sabrina. 10 on the clock. Jonquel tries to feed it into Kayla. She somehow still gets it. Oh, misses the layup. The layup. LA with the ball. Clarendon. Bounce pass to Hamby. Hamby stops, goes up. Left hand layup is good. So back-to-back baskets for the Sparks after that timeout. 39-14. Burke to Sabrina and scores. Great ball movement there by the Liberty. They went corner to Burke. Sabrina cuts right to the basket. Nobody gets with her. And she scores the wide open layup. 41-14. Rickea Jackson, foul line jumper is good. So now the Sparks have scored their last 3 baskets. It's 41-16. Jonquel, top of the key, step back, over to Burke. Touch pass back to Jonquel, corner to Thornton. Corner 3, KT, come on. Knocks down the 3 from the right corner. Ball just popping around. Kayla Thornton up to 8 points, 2 for 2 from 3. Azare Stevens out to Hamby. Hamby with the drive. And Kennedy Burke, another steal. She is doing her thing on the defensive end. Thornton, dangerous pass to Sabrina. Sabrina over to Leo. Leo to Jonquel. Right side to Kayla Thornton. Down to Jonquel. Jonquel. Ball gets deflected on the pass out to Kennedy. They throw an outlet pass to De'Erica. Cutting Kia Nurse. Left hand layup is good. So LA finding some success here late in this second quarter, midway. Sabrina with the ball. Picks up her dribble over to Kayla Thornton, left side. Gets the screen from Sabrina. Oh, dangerous pass. Ball gets deflected by Hamby into the backcourt. Burke with it. 4 on the clock. Kennedy Burke. Kennedy Burke tries to pass it late, and it's a shot clock violation. She wasn't aware of the shot clock. So great defense there by the Sparks. A little lackadaisical passes there by the Liberty, which resulted in a turnover. So it's 44-18. Liberty do have a thing when they get up big, they start to play lazy basketball or not be as focused. Clarendon to Hamby. Hamby pump fakes, but Stewie's there. Substitutions were made. It's Leo, Stewie, Sabali, Sloot, and Ionescu. Hamby attacks Stewie. She goes up with the right hand scoop and scores. So now LA has probably scored 5 baskets in a row here. A timeout by Sandy Brondello. Lead has been cut to 24. So a nice little run here by the LA Sparks. And Sandy Brondello calls a timeout. So looks like they decided to wake up after that last timeout by the Sparks. You had a Kia Nurse layup. Then you had a De'Erica Hamby layup. Rickea Jackson jump shot. A Kia Nurse layup again. And then now another De'Erica Hamby layup. So they've scored 10 points in the blink of an eye. Liberty made some substitutions. Have to talk it over. Looking at these other games, the Mystics are down 7 to the Lynx, 70-63. About 2 minutes 50 seconds left in that game. Still around the 20-point game there in Chicago, 79-60. Thanks for you guys who are all tuned in for the watch along. Liberty putting belt to behind so far here. Trying to extend their lead over the second place Connecticut Sun. Kalia Copper up to 27 points in the Chicago Mercury game. This is her return to Chicago. First game back against in Chicago against the Sky since the trade. Brittany Griner on double-double watch, 23 points, 9 rebounds. Yeah, Kalia Copper, 29 points. She's going for 30. They up by 21, and she's still in with 2 minutes left, so she wants a 30-piece. Chicago, let's see what Angel Reese did. Angel Reese, double-double, 11 points, 15 rebounds. Carmelo Cardoso, 8 points and 5 rebounds. Did she get in foul trouble? She only had 2 fouls. Onion Wary in her first start, the ex-Liberty player with 5 points. Dana Evans off the bench with 14, but it didn't matter. All right, game coming back on for our game here. Game coming back on here. They're showing Sabrina Ionescu's highlights from the game so far. Liberty to inbound. Sabrina gets it to Stewie. Stewie guarded by Hamby. Looking, hands it off to Sabrina. Ball gets stripped away off of Clarendon. So Liberty with 15 on the clock. They get it into Stewie again. She attacks Hamby. Fall away jump shot is good. Stewie, fall away jumper right over Hamby from the right side of the paint. 46-20. Clarendon with the ball. Clarendon going to the right. Throws it out to Azare Stevens. Top of the key, 3 off the rim. Hamby chases it down, throws it back, and gets it to Azare. Azare to Ray Burrell. It goes out of bounds. Turnover to the Sparks. So Sabrina goes to the bench to get a breather. They're really managing her minutes. Her and Stewie will probably get their minutes managed. She's up to 12 points and 4 assists. Vandersloot looking. Gets it to Stewie. Guarded by Burrell. ISO, they bring a late double. She spins away from it. Fall away jump shot. Misses. Leo taps it out. And Niara Sabally tracks it down. Ball gets deflected. Niara saves it. Over to Dojkic. Dojkic on the attack. Dojkic should have went all the way to the basket. But she misses. It gets tapped out by Hamby. She had a layup there if she kept going. But Liberty ball under their basket. 14 on the shot clock. Vandersloot to inbound. Sloot over to Fevich. Comes off the curl. Jump shot is up and misses. Rebound to Clarendon. Clarendon to the right. Guarded by Sabally. Sabally reaches in unnecessarily and picks up another foul. That's 3 on Niara. Niara has to go out again. She's up to 3 fouls. So not the ideal start back for Niara. It's a foul trouble. All right. LA inbounds it, and it gets deflected into the backcourt. Clarendon recovers it. Over to Burrell on the curl, drives to the basket, throws it up, and she draws the foul. So Burrell will go to the line for free throws. Oh, Ray Burrell, she has a cut on her arm. Oh, yeah, she's bleeding. So she'll go to the bench to get that wiped up. Get that claw cleaned up before she shoots her free throws. So New York outscored the Sparks 29-10 in the first quarter. They're outscoring them 17-10 here in the second quarter. Burrell buries the first. Oh yeah, I forgot also Kurt Miller, he was an assistant coach for Team USA, so he had to fly from Paris all the way to LA, which is probably what's that 9-hour difference in time as Burrell hits both free throws. So Sloot gets to the basket, scoop and misses. Rebound to LA. Kia Nurse on the run here. Kia Nurse crossover over to Uru. Uru wide open for a mid-range jump shot. She misses. Hamby gets around. Jonquel Jones gets the rebound, fouled, and one. So Hamby going to the line for the three-point play. I don't know what happened there. Jonquel Jones looked like she boxed her out. Nah, she didn't really box her out. She had her eyes on the ball, was trying to find the body. Hamby just ran right around her. And the ball was off. They say it was off Stewie. Lee Uru hits it off Stewie. So Hamby's miss turns into another possession for LA. So Ray Burrell to inbound. Ray Burrell looking, gets it into Uru. Over to Ray. Ray crossover on Sloot, gets into the paint, throws it up, and they call a foul on New York again. So LA getting to the line, getting to the basket there. And that was a foul on Vandersloot on the reaching. That's her second. Fifth foul by New York. So fouling a lot this quarter with LA being a lot more aggressive. Burrell hits the first free throw. Burrell for the second, and she buries the second. So it's back to a 20-point game. LA is in the bonus here the rest of the quarter. Sloot, handoff to Stewie. Stewie on the attack. Euro steps, gets into the paint, throws it up, misses. Rebound to Uru. Gets it to Clarendon. So they have a chance to get it below 20, but Fibich with the steal. They have a 2-on-1 if they want it. Fibich stops, pulls up for three. That was a dumb possession there. They had a 3-on-1. And Fibich pulls up for a three, misses, gets the rebound, but her foot is out of bounds. Manu, salute for the follow. Salute, salute, salute. Ball in play with the Sparks. This 46-26, 20-point game here. Clarendon picks up her dribble, and Kayla Thornton with the tip, but it goes out of bounds. So Liberty getting their hands in the passing lane, but their offense has come to a sputter here in this latter part of the second quarter, while the Sparks have been starting to score and get to the line. Burrell inbounds, and Dojkic with the steal. Dojkic to the basket, layup is good. Defense to offense for New York. And it's back to a 22-point game, 48-26, under 3 minutes to go. 10 turnovers for LA, 4 for the Liberty. Hamby on the roll, and Hamby scores. Looks like Jonquel Jones is holding her face with the offhand from Hamby. No call there. Jonquel with the ball. Jonquel picks up her dribble. Jonquel brings the ball down, and it's a turnover. And it's a steal by the Liberty and a foul by Clarendon. And they call a clear path. Oh, they got Robin Thicke at the game. I haven't seen that man. This man fell off the face of the earth. All right, so what is the call here? People look confused. Oh, so it is that sign when they stretch the arms out, the clear path foul of Floyd Mayweather at the game as well. as Stewie hits the free throw. Is it one shot or two shots? Oh, it's just one shot for the clear path. Or the transition take, whatever they usually call that. Ray Burrell goes to the bench. And Liberty will inbound. A lot of confusion there. The refs look confused as well. Tudo says, look, this game getting ugly and you love it for New York? Yeah, bro. So do I. Stewie to Jonquel. Jonquel. Oh, hook pass to Stewie. What a pass. And Stewie with the layup. 51-28. Hamby over to Nurse. Nurse comes off the screen going left. They looking for Hamby. Hamby guarded by KT. Hamby goes into the post. Tries to spin. Tries to bounce past Leo with the rotation and the steal. Great defense by Leo to drop down. Jonquel over to Dojkic. Dojkic steps in for the mid-ranger and hits the jumper. So Dojkic off the bench has 4 points. Dangerfield with the ball. Dangerfield, right-hand dribble. Stewie switches out to her. Big size advantage. John out to Rakia, top of the key. Rakia down to Yarul. Jonquel with the rotation and steal. Jonquel on the run here. Jonquel over to Kayla. Kayla for three in front of the Liberty bench. Oh, off the rim. Oh, Leo with the rebound and put back. Let's go. Everybody steering up the ball. Leo gets into position, secures the rebound. RC, my guy, what's good, Brody? What is going on? And it looks like it's a turnover by LA. Moving screen here. Moving screen. W is back, my guy. W is back. Liberty putting belt to behind here in the first half. Ball and play with... Oh, turnovers lackadaisical here by Sabrina Ionescu. Yeah, all these games is over, bro. The other game just ended. The Lynx just beat the Mystics. And Phoenix beat up on Chicago. Ball in play here with the Sparks. 45 seconds to go here. Yeah, the Sky got absolutely smoked. It wasn't close from the first quarter. Jackson, right side of the floor. Guarded by Stewie. She gets to the paint. Right-hand layup misses. Tipped up between the Liberty players. And out of bounds. Miscommunication there. So with 31 seconds on the game clock here. Liberty putting belt to behind here. Exactly what you like to see. Dangerfield gets it to Nurse. Nurse, quick three. Air ball. My goodness. Looked like she was playing for Team Canada there. 25 seconds to go here. Stewie walks it up the court. About a 6-second difference. 5 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Stewie guarded up by half court by Hamby. Gets it to Sabrina. Sabrina back to Stewie. Stewie left-hand dribble into the paint. Gets fouled by Hamby. Will go to the line for free throws. See, that same shot in FIBA wasn't a foul call. In the W, that's a foul call. As Stewie hits the first. Stewie buries the second. So it's 57-28. 8 seconds to go here. Crystal Dangerfield up the court. Right side of the floor. Gets the switch. They leave Hamby open. Kayla Thornton rotation. Hamby misses the layup. Rebound to Leo. And that's how the quarter ends, people. So at the end of the first half, Liberty taking it to the Sparks. 57-28. It's their third 20-point halftime lead this season. Tied with the rest of the league with 3. So all the other teams in the league have only 3 20-point leads at halftime combined. The Liberty have 3 just by themselves. That shows you how much on another level this team is. All right, people, as always, you know what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at the box scores, the team stats at this halftime right now. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new here. Follow if you're on the Twitch. We do this all WNBA season long. I'm primarily a Liberty fan, as you could tell. I got all the Liberty paraphernalia around. But we do watch-alongs for all the other teams, depending on, as long as the Liberty are not playing, excuse me, there'll be a watch-along. Let's refresh this and get the box score up. So salute to everybody joining. Yes, that is the correct score. The Sparks are getting their behinds handed to them in this first game back. These other games have gone final, so let me touch on that before we go on to the box score. The Mercury beat the Sky 85-65 in Kalia Copper's return to Chicago. When I was looking earlier, she had 29 points with 2 minutes to go. Minnesota get the win against the Mystics, 79-68. We'll take a look at those box scores after we take a look here. But let's get this up. Hope you guys are able to see this. New York, 57, LA, 28. RC said JLA laying down like Hamby when she was. Oh shoot! Holy smokes! That's cold, man. That is cold. I'm not even gonna post that. New York outscored LA 29-10 in the first quarter. Outscored LA 28-18 in the second, which is why the score is what it is right now. For the Liberty, Brianna Stewart, 13 minutes, 14 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. You have Jonquel Jones with 7 points and 4 rebounds with 4 assists as well. She's a plus 27 in her minutes. Leonie Fibich with 4 points, 3 steals, 3 rebounds. So she's doing it all on both sides of the floor. Courtney Vandersloot hit her first 2 threes, her only 2 threes, 6 points, 3 assists. Sabrina Ionescu picking up where she left off, 12 points and 4 assists. So far, Kayla Thornton came in, gave great minutes off the bench. She has 8 points on 2 of 3 shooting from 3. Kennedy Burke, 2 points, 2 steals, and a block, and 2 assists, 2 rebounds. So she's doing great so far. Niara Sabali, not doing so well. She got into foul trouble. She has 3 fouls at the half. No points, 2 rebounds, though. Ivana Dojkic came in, 4 points and 2 steals for her off the bench in her 8 minutes. Sherrod and Davis have not played. The Sparks, Hamby with 8 points and 5 rebounds. Stevens with 2 points and 2 rebounds. Rakia Jackson with 4 points. Clarendon with none. Kia Nurse with 4. Lee Yarou with 1. Dangerfield with 2. Ray Burrell with 7 for the LA Sparks. What's up, Damien? Salute. They do look good so far in their return. Let's take a look at the team stats. So, looking at the team stats, we have the Liberty shooting 59.5% from the field, LA at 38.5%. Liberty shooting 50% from 3, 6 for 12. The Sparks have not hit a 3, they're 0 for 5. Liberty 7 for 9 from the foul line. The Sparks are 8 for 11. Both teams shooting in the 70% from the foul line. Liberty leading the battle on the board 16-11. They're out assisting them 18-7. Ball is really popping around for the Liberty. Steal battle 10 steals to 3 for the Liberty. Blocks, the Liberty have 1 block to 0. Liberty with 6 total turnovers, 14 for LA. That's not good. Liberty have conceded 6 points off of their 6 turnovers. The Sparks have conceded 17 points off of their 14 turnovers. You have 10 fast break points to 4 for the Liberty, 24 points in the paint to 16 for the Sparks. The foul battle is about even, 9-8, and the largest lead of the game is 29. So that's the stats for this game so far. Liberty putting belt to behind in their return to WNBA action. Since we have the time, let's take a look at these other games here. So Phoenix, their first game back, they have a double-double, so they have to take the trip to Indiana to play the Fever tomorrow. So it's good that he started off with a win, 85-65. As I mentioned a bunch of times already, Kalia Copper's return to Chicago. They've shown the stats on the broadcast right now. She did finish with 29 points, 12 of 19 shooting. Brittany Griner, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 blocks. So she stuffed the stat sheet. She only missed 2 shots, 10 for 12. Diana Taurasi with 11 points and 4 assists. You have Natasha Cloud with 3 points and 6 assists. Copper, as I mentioned, 29 points. Sophie Cunningham got the start in place of the injured Rebecca Allen. She has 8 points. She had 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Herbert Harrigan with 2, Natasha Mack with 3, Celeste Taylor with 6 on 2 of 3 from 3-point range. So salute to Celeste getting serviceable minutes there in Phoenix. Chicago, you have Onyenwere, who got the start since Kennedy Carter's out and Marina Mabry has been traded. She had 5 points in her start. Reese with a double-double, 11 points, 15 rebounds, 3 for 8 from the foul line, 4 for 14 from the field. Has to improve that field goal percentage. Cardoso only played 25 minutes, had 10 points and 5 rebounds. Rachel Banham got the start. She finished with 7 points. She recently traded in that Marina Mabry trade from Connecticut. Lindsay Allen, 16 minutes, 5 points, and 6 assists. Isabel Harrison, 18 minutes, 5 points, and 2 rebounds. Breezy Turner, playing against her former team, no points. Only had a foul in the stat sheet, only played 5 minutes. Mariah Jefferson, also in that Marina Mabry trade, had 2 points in 13 minutes. DeShields with 6 points. And Dana Evans with a team-high 14 off the bench. Wow. So that's the stats for that game. And the other game that took place, Washington versus Minnesota. So the Mystics versus the Lynx. Hopefully they will load this game for me. The Lynx get the win, 79-68. It was the return of Shakira Austin and Brittany Sykes. So let's see how those stats played out there. Steph Dolson was 6 points on 2 of 5 shooting from 3, had 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Shakira Austin, 9 points and 10 rebounds, almost a double-double in her return in 20 minutes. Brittany Sykes had 11 points, 4 rebounds. Carly Samuelson also returned. She was out with a broken hand or a fractured hand. 7 points for her. And Ariel Atkins with 12 points for the Washington Mystics. Hines Allen with 2 off the bench. Aaliyah Edwards with 9. Van Lowe with 0. 2 for Walker Kimbrough. 10 for Jane Melbourne. Excuse me. For the Minnesota Lynx, Bridget Carlton, 0 for 4 from 3, had 4 points. 12 points for Alana Smith to go with 8 rebounds. Nafisa Collier with 17 and 12, a double-double for her. Kayla McBride with 12 points. Courtney Williams with 14 and 5 assists. Xander Lassini off the bench with 4. Dorka Juhas with 7. Diamond Miller with 2. And Natisha Heidemann with 7. So that means Minnesota leads the season series 2-0 over the Mystics. They play 2 more times. They play again in 2 days and then a game in September. All right, people. So those are the stats from all the games that took place tonight and are still going on. There's only 3 games on the schedule tonight. This is the last one between the Liberty and the Sparks. Otherwise, for tomorrow, let me see if I can if they'll let me pull that up. Schedule. Okay. So tomorrow, Friday, August 16th, we have another 3 games. Seattle at Atlanta at 7:30 on Ion. Then we have Phoenix, as I mentioned, on a back-to-back. They're taking on the Indiana Fever on the road, and Connecticut is on the road to take on Dallas. So pretty interesting matchups there. Want to see how Phoenix respond on the back to back. They don't have to travel far from Chicago to Indianapolis, so they'll probably leave tonight and get there, so they can rest up and be ready for the 7:30 start tomorrow. Connecticut, looking forward to seeing how they match up against the return of Satu Sabali. Maddie Seeger is supposed to be back as well. The rookie Jaylen Brown supposed to be back as well. So want to see how that Wings team finishes off this season. It will be interesting to see if Dallas can to make some noise. They'll probably play spoiler. I think they've dug themselves too deep a hole to try and come back to make the playoffs unless Chicago starts to falter here towards the end of the season. But if Dallas can regather some of that magic from last year along with Maddie Seegers taking that leap, it could make things interesting coming down towards the final days of the season. So some things to keep an eye on. And let's take a look at Saturday's matchups. Minnesota takes on Washington again at 2 p.m. on CBS. New York on the road against Vegas for the first time this season at 4 p.m. on CBS. And then Chicago at LA at 5 p.m. That game will probably be on League Pass. Sunday is when I will be back with you for another watch along. We have Connecticut at Atlanta at 3 p.m. Seattle at Indiana at 3:30 p.m. Then LA at Las Vegas at 6 p.m. Chicago at Phoenix at 9 p.m. I'll probably do this Seattle Indiana game, possibly. Yeah, that's probably the game I'll do. So Seattle at Indiana, 3:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC. I'll probably be doing that game. So those are the games for the weekend. I won't be on tomorrow or Saturday, so I will be back on Sunday. So looking forward to seeing everybody then. All right, people. They're still at halftime. Halftime should be ending shortly. Let me get things ready for the third quarter and the continuance of the Liberty beatdown here. I really don't have any complaints. I wanted to see a little bit more from Niara Sable. She did get into foul trouble. I want to see if Marquisha Davis can get some minutes as well. Hopefully we can run up the lead some more to give Sabrina and Stewie, Leo some rest. Get Marquisha in. Even get Jalen Sherrod and get her some minutes. Not sure how much longer she's going to be on the roster. But if she's going to be there long term, it would be good to get her some minutes. To get accustomed to WNBA action before, if she needs to come in during a big situation, she'll be able to respond accordingly. Right, people? All righty then. Just waiting for halftime to be over here. Just waiting for halftime to be over. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Make sure you leave a like on the video, on the stream, if you like this type of content. We'll be doing this all the way until the end of the season, through the playoffs, all the way through whenever they announce the news for the expansion draft. We'll be covering all things WNBA. So hope you guys stay along for the ride. See, this, as I mentioned earlier, it's the thing I miss about FIBA. FIBA, we would have been back playing again, but here, a lot of commercials. Oh, excuse me. It's been a long day. These West Coast games always get to me, but it looks like the broadcast is coming back up. Sandy Brondello yelling at her team. Well, not really yelling at them, but yelling to them, telling them to keep it going. Don't take your foot off the gas. Don't get lax, because the Liberty tend to get lax when they get up big. Right, as I mentioned, we already looked at all these stats. Largest point differential in any half this season for the New York Liberty. Impressive start to the second half of the season. Man, Tiffany Green, I just stole your words. She said the same exact thing I just said. All right, so I forgot to talk about the standings. Minnesota confirmed their standings at the 3 seed. Phoenix are still comfortable at the 6. So we're about to restart here. We are about to restart, and we are off. Liberty have possession to start the third quarter. Starting lineups are on the floor for both teams. Vandersloot with the ball finds Jonquel wide open, pump fake, goes up and scores. Squeaks it right in over the basket. Immediately right to a good set there by the Liberty. Vandersloot to Jonquel, 59-28. Rakia Jackson, left side of the floor, and she steps out of bounds. Was not aware of her positioning. And another turnover for the Sparks. Vandersloot brings the ball up the court over to Leo. Back to Vandersloot. Vandersloot goes left off the screen from JJ. Hesitation dribble. JJ, top of the key, pump fake, step back for 3? Off the front rim. Leo secures the rebound. I don't know why she didn't grab it. She was waiting for it to bounce. Clarendon gets the hands on it. Hamby to the basket. Jonquel with the block. Hamby secures it over to Clarendon. And she misses the layup. Good defense by Stewie. And the Liberty on the run. Stewie, right side of the floor. Transition 3 for Stewie off the rim and rebound to Clarendon. Liz asks, is there a good crowd in LA? It looks pretty packed there. It looks pretty packed from what they're showing on the broadcast. Kia Nurse to the basket. Stewie with the block, but they call a foul. So Kia Nurse will go to the line for free throws. Leo had to secure that other ball. She was waiting for it to bounce. Just grab it out the air. Clarendon gets the hands on it. So Kia Nurse going to the line for free throws. As she hits the first. To get it back to a 30-point game. Sounds crazy to say. Sounds crazy to say. Kia Nurse, second is up. Bounces around and goes through. Ball in play with the Liberty. Vandersloot brings it up the court. Vandersloot all the way to the basket. No help. The Liberty ran like a 5-out offense. Had all their players above the 3-point line. Nobody in the paint to contend. Vandersloot runway right down Main Street. Vandersloot, great. I think this rest did her a lot of good as well. Azare Stevens for 3, and she buries it. You got to be aware of her range. She could hit those. Vandersloot was dealing with a lot over the first half of the season. Injuries. I think her mom had passed away. Sabrina, corner 3. Sabrina says, I can do that too. Stevens knocks down the 3. 64-33. Rakia Jackson catches the ball on the slip and scores. Liberty and Sparks is trading baskets here. Vandersloot over to Jonquel. Back to Vandersloot. Vandersloot takes the screen. Hesitation dribble. Looking for Jonquel in the post. Gets it down to JJ. JJ attacks. Into the paint. Loses her dribble. Throws it out. And they call a 3-second violation. 3-second violation. Turnover by the Liberty. Ball in play with the Sparks. So 64-35. Clarendon with the ball. Vandersloot falls down over to Azare Stevens. Over to Nurse. Nurse with the pump fake. She tries to slip it down, but Phoebich gets her hands on it. Steal by the Liberty. Sabrina over to Vandersloot on the run. Bounce pass to Sabrina on the run. Ball gets stripped out of her hands by Stevens. It will stay with the Liberty. It goes out of bounds. Liz said, I'm looking forward to, thank God it's Friday, TJF couch time. Watching games on Ion. Yeah, there'll be an abundance of games. Some good ones there. Definitely turn those on. Ball in play with the Liberty. Jonquel out to Vandersloot. To Sabrina on the curl. Sabrina finds a cutting Sloot. Sloot gets the ball deflected. Oh, Stevens again gets her hand on it. Turnover by the Liberty. Kia Nurse on the drive. And they call a blocking foul there as Kia Nurse trips to the floor. Miracle, thanks for the play-by-play, Jay. Of course. Salute. Thanks for always tuning in when you can. Appreciate it, as always. So it's they're wiping up some sweat on the floor under the LA basket, Rakia Jackson to inbound. Over to Crystal Dangerfield. Dangerfield, top of the key. They call a foul on Sabrina. Another foul on Kia Nurse. So Liberty, the Sparks are forcing the Liberty to get into foul trouble already. We'll see what happens here. They have to keep their hands out of the cookie jar. De'Erica Hamby for three. That's off. I seen that from the time it left her hand. Goes out of bounds. No harm done for the Liberty. So 64-35. Ball quickly back in play by the Liberty. Vandersloot brings it up the court. Calls out the play. Vandersloot, right side of the floor. Finds the cutting Sabrina. She goes up. Secures the rebound after the block by Stevens. Brianna Stewart on the drive. Switches hands and scores. So Sabrina trying to challenge Azare Stevens in there. I don't think that's a good idea, as Azare has a lot of height on her. But she was able to secure the rebound, get it out to Stewie as Rakia pulls up for three. Rakia Jackson knocks down her second basket of the day. Her first three is 66-38. Sorry, that's not her second. That's her fourth basket. She's up to 9 points. Cross-court pass by the Liberty to Phoebus. Phoebus on the drive, out to Sabrina. Sabrina drives into the paint, throws up the floater, short. Azare Stevens with the rebound. Outlet to Hamby, out to Dangerfield, back to Stevens. Stevens, foul line jump shot, misses. And Sabrina tips it to Stewie. So it's 66-38. Vandersloot over to Phoebus. Phoebus pulls up corner three off the side of the rim and bounces and hits the shot clock out of bounds. So the threes haven't been falling for Leo so far. I think she's taken two, and she's missed both. Ball in play with the Sparks. 66-38. Offenses have been moving for both teams so far. Stevens with the ball, looking for Rakia. Picks up her dribble out to Dangerfield. Over to Hamby. Hamby looking for a player. Gets it to Rakia Jackson going to her left. She loses the ball. Steal by the Liberty. Vandersloot looks behind her. Doesn't have numbers. Over to Leo. Leo over to Stewie. Top of the key. Guarded by Hamby. Stewie with the ball. She calls for the curl. Over to Sabrina. Relocates for three. Misses. And Phoebus steals the rebound. They don't call a foul there. And Phoebus tries to pass out of it. Turnover. Sparks with the ball. Rakia and Leo are on the backcourt. Corner to Hamby. Up top to Dangerfield. Dangerfield, mid-range jump shot. Ruddles in and out. Rebound to Sabrina. Sandy Brondello says, slow it down, guys. Slow it down. Sabrina over to Stewie. Stewie attacks the rookie into the paint. Layup is good. That's too easy. That is way too easy. Stewie with the basket there. Let me pull up my stats here so I can keep track of who got what. Stewie up to 18 points here. Azare Stevens, another three off the back rim. Sabrina comes in to help out with the rebounding and secures it. Sabrina brings it up the court over to Leo. Leo to Jonquel. Jonquel for three off the front rim, and Stevens with the rebound. Dangerfield attacks. Spin move into the paint. Tries to go with the left, throws up some foolishness, rebound to Jonquel, and she's on the run. Jonquel over to Sabrina. Sabrina for three, off. Hamby with the rebound over to Nurse. So it's going back and forth so far for both teams. Nurse gets into the paint, hesitation, steps back for the foul line, jumper is good. So it's 68-40. Sandy Brondello calls a timeout. So the offense is going back and forth here to start this third quarter. Liberty still up, though, by a lot, 68-40. Looking at the scoring, LA is outscoring New York 12-11 so far in this third quarter. Okay, sorry. I was watching this commercial between the Union movie with Wahlberg and Halle Berry. Okay. But looking at the stats for the Liberty, you got Vandersloot up to 8 points and 5 assists, 2 for 2 from 3. Sabrina with 15 points and 6 assists. Phoebus with 4 points and 4 rebounds. Stewart with 18 points and 3 rebounds. Jonquel Jones with 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Kayla Thornton with 8. Doikic with 4. Kennedy Burke with 2. Niara with 0. For the Sparks, 6 from Nurse, 9 from Rakia, 8 from Hamby, 5 from Stevens, 2 from Dangerfield, 1 from Uru, 7 from Burrell, and none from Zaya Cook. So that's what we're dealing with right now in terms of scoring. Salute to everybody here on the Watchalong. I know the game is a blowout right now, but listen, it could still be pretty entertaining. We'll see if the Sparks can try and make it look interesting. I don't think they will, but anything is possible with this Liberty team. Anything is possible. Right, we're still in commercial here. Still in commercial. Commercials are so long. So with this, if the Liberty win this game, which they're on their way to doing, they'll be at 22-4. The Sparks will drop to 6-19. That'll probably drop them down to 11th seed. All right, so the game is restarting now. Finally, game is restarting. They're showing the WNBA standings. Of course, New York at 1, LA at 10. And Liberty restart with the basketball after that timeout by New York. Sabley's into the game. Over to Stewie. Stewie, the jump shot is good. Did they say that's a 3? And they get a quick 3 right out of the timeout. Liberty take the lead back over 30. Dangerfield over to Stevens. So for the Liberty, it's Doikic, Vandersloot, Sabley, Stewart, and Thornton. Dangerfield gets into the paint. Ball gets tipped out to Burrell. Foul line jump shot. Way off. Rebound to Stewie. So Stewie brings it across half court. Stewie, another 3. Oh, Stewie, back-to-back 3s. And she's smiling. She got a smirk on her face. 24 points for Breanna Stewart in the first game back. 74-40. No hesitation on that 3. Lee Yaru on the drive, goes up with the left and misses. She falls down. Vandersloot over to Niara on the run. Niara over to Stewie. Stewie, another one? Oh! Breanna Stewart. 3 threes in a row. And the Sparks call a timeout. Breanna Stewart. Oh my days. Stewie. 9-0 run by Breanna Stewart. After that timeout, Breanna Stewart comes down and hits 3 threes in a row. Stop playing with her, please. Stop playing with her. I had to send out a tweet. She just went crazy. Breanna Stewart. My goodness, people. So, Liberty, I feel safe to say, Daniel says Hall of Famer for sure. 100, definitely, man. Definitely. Breanna Stewart. After that timeout, they've been talking about, they're struggling from 3, or she's struggling from 3. She says, watch this. Whap, whap, whap. Stewie, mess them up. If you know, you know. Stewie came down and knocked down 3 threes from all over it. 1 from the right wing, 1 from almost top of the key, 1 from the left wing. So she can give it to you any way you want it. Breanna, they're showing the replay now. She hits the right wing one first, comes back down, Oh, top of the key. Yep, all net. And then comes left side, left wing. Nothing but net. And she knew it was in. Oh. Oh, in July in 4 games, she was 0 for 14 from 3. Tonight, she's 3 for 4. What a difference a month makes. Sparks with the ball here as we restart. Dangerfield, top of the key, hesitation dribble, spin move into the paint, tries to drop it down to Yuru. That was terrible. Oh, I didn't even check in on my app that I'm watching this game. I want to make sure I get these points. Ball and play with the Liberty. Vandersloot with the ball, top of the key. Vandersloot to Kennedy Burke. Over to Kayla Thornton. Can she continue it? Oh, KT for 3. And it's a 40 ball here in LA. 80 to 40. And we're not even at the fourth quarter yet. Yuru in the paint. Goes at Niara. They bring the double over to Burrell. Top of the key for Dangerfield. She pump fakes. Right wing to Burrell. Wide open. And she buries it. Answers right back. Ends a 12-0 run by New York there with that 3 by Burrell. And Dorki's drives gets stripped as she's going to the basket. Hey, I want to check in. Why won't it let me check in? What's going on? Ball inbound to KT. She goes up. And they call a foul. Thank you. I thought they were going to let that slide. Kayla Thornton goes to the line for free throws. Let me it's a minute 41 left. Let me take some time off the clock. She knocks down the first free throw. Where is it? My Brooklyn rewards? I forgot how I check in for this game. And Kayla Thornton knocks down the second. Whatever. So ball in play here. Ball is in play here with the Sparks. Zaya Cook, who's checked in, shoots a 3, misses. Kayla Thornton secures the rebound over to Doikich. So it's Doikich, Thornton, Sabali, Burke, and Vandersloot. Kayla Thornton, top of the key 3? Oh, front rims it. Rebound to Ray Burrell. I was about to say. So New York is in the foul bonus, but they're pretty content shooting 3s right now. Ray Burrell into the paint. That's not a foul, bro. So Niara Sabali getting getting some bad luck here. Niara Sabali with 4 fouls. So both teams are in the foul bonus now. Both teams are in the foul bonus. So Burrell at the line where she's made a majority of her points. She shoots the first and knocks it down. So Vandersloot comes and takes a break. Vandersloot to the bench. Oh, Marquisha Davis is in. Marquisha Davis, the rookie, getting some minutes as Ray Burrell hits the second. Burke inbounds to Doikich. A minute to go here in the third quarter. Liberty have just poured it on here. Finds the cutting Thornton. Ball tipped out by the Sparks. It stays with the Liberty. This lineup is a weird lineup for the Liberty. I don't think they don't run this lineup a lot. With Doikich, Sabali, Burke, Thornton, and Davis. Ball gets to Niara. Niara with the drive on Yuru gets into the paint, throws it over to Thornton, and Thornton lands out of bounds on that pass turnover by the Liberty. Sorry, guys. It's 49 seconds left. My clock, I thought I paused it, but I guess I did not. 49 seconds left. They're showing the stats from the Olympics between Asia and Stewie. They both were putting in work. Zaya Cook with the ball, guarded by Marquisha Davis. This is where she can make her mark. Marquisha Davis with the block on Ray Burrell. As I say that, she gets the block. Good stuff, Q. Sabally over to Thornton. 27 seconds left on the clock. Dojkic calls out the play. Dojkic, right side of the floor. Hesitation dribble. Gets the screen. Dojkic, 5 on the clock. Over to Thornton. Thornton, crossover. Step back over Dangerfield off the front rim. Rebound to Hamby. 7 on the clock. Hamby over to Burrell. Somebody got to pick her up. Ray Burrell attacks. Crossover. Between the legs. Goes behind the back. Throws it up. And they call a foul. Oh, my days. So Ray Burrell just getting every foul there. They called that on Kayla Thornton. Ray Burrell crossover. She goes through. And she just throws it at the basket. So they're reviewing to make sure she got it off before the shot clock went off. But Ray Burrell just getting whatever she wants at the foul line. She's taken 10 free throws this game already. So she potentially could have 3 more free throws coming here. Kayla Thornton trying to fight over the screen. Gets her hand in the cookie jar there. Yeah, Kayla Thornton had her hand on the left elbow area of Ray Burrell, so it'll be 3 shots. So not an ideal end to the quarter there. As I mentioned, this lineup hasn't played together before. See, like in FIBA, this would have been settled already. They over here just chatting and just replaying. Just it kills the momentum of the game. I sound like a old head, but like, come on. How long does it take to review? The shot was off before. You stop the clock when she was fouled and see how much time is left. Like, but it is what it is. They go into the line for free throws. It's about 1 second left on the clock. Nobody knows what he's saying. His mic is off. 0.8 seconds on the clock. Ray Burrell going to the line for 3 free throws. So she's their leading scorer with 12 points. 9 of those points have come from the foul line. And now she hits this. That's 10. Ray Burrell for the second. Knocks it down. Ray Burrell hits all 3 free throws. Ball inbound, and that's how the quarter ends. So, little not so good end to the quarter in that last 30 seconds there. But the Liberty go into the fourth up 82-48. Let's get ready for the fourth quarter. Daniel, if you're still in here, I'm sorry, my friend, that you have to witness this. But it's the cost of doing business. Cost of doing business. So we're ready for the fourth quarter here. Liberty up by a lot. 48-42. Let's look at the quarter stats there. So in that quarter, the Liberty outscored the Sparks 25-20. It should have been 25-17 if they didn't foul there. But 25-20, that's the Sparks' first 20-point quarter of the game. The Liberty have scored 29 in the first, 28 in the second, 25 here in the third. The Sparks scored 10 in the first, 18 in the second, and 20 here in the third. Turnover battle is still bad for the Sparks. They're up to 17 turnovers. The Liberty only have 8. Liberty still beating them up in the paint 32-20. The 3-point percentage is 44 for the Liberty, 27.3 for the Sparks. Liberty winning the rebounding battle 33-28 still. Winning the points off turnover battle. They are fouling more than the Sparks. They have 14 fouls. The Sparks have 9. So that's something to keep an eye on. But the top performers overall, Stewie with 27 points, Burrell with 15. Rebounding, Jonquel with 5 and Hamby with 9. Assist-wise, Sabrina with 6, Hamby with 4. So as we wait for the fourth quarter, just remember to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps the algorithms, helps the channel. Leave a super chat if you feel so inclined. Appreciate all the support from you guys on these watch-alongs. This is my second season doing these watch-alongs. It started off as majority Liberty, and then as the season went on last year, I started doing more and more teams. I'm pretty much watching the game, so I might as well come on here and talk to you guys about it, describe what I'm seeing, especially for those who don't have access to these channels, or they're just on the road and can't watch. It's just like play-by-play on the radio, but with some graphics that you can actually tap into if you want. All right, so we're restarting now. We are restarting, ready for the fourth quarter now. The Sparks will start the quarter with the ball. Sparks start the quarter with the ball. Let's see if they can cut into this 30-point lead, 30-point-ish lead. So De'Eric and Hamby to inbound here. So let's see what the lineups are. So it's De'Eric and Hamby, Crystal Dangerfield. Who else we got? We got Ray Burrell, Lee Yarou, and Zaya Cook for the Liberty. We have Marquisha Davis, Niara Sabali, Sabrina Ionescu, Kennedy Burke. Great defense by Niara. She stops that shot by Lee Yarou and finds Sabali on the run. Sabrina put her in a tough spot there. Hamby, top of the key. Sabali's in the backcourt, and Hamby hits the 3. Sabrina put Niara in a tough spot there. Threw a lead pass into traffic. Sabali's holding her wrist. Hopefully it's not too bad. Sabrina over to Niara. Niara back to Sabrina. Sabrina comes off the screen. Answers with a 3. Sabrina knocks down the 3-pointer. And it's 85-51. So Sabrina cooking here. Up to 18 points. Ray Burrell over to Hamby. Hamby to Zaya Cook. Over to Dangerfield. Right side of the floor. They're looking for Hamby on the post. Miss by Hamby. Rebound by Niara. They get it to Sabrina. Sabrina, slow it down. Sabrina slows it down. Goes to the right. Handoff to... fakes the handoff to Marquisha. No look. Corner to Kennedy Burke for 3. Oh, she's off the rim. And long rebound to Crystal Dangerfield. Crystal Dangerfield tries to shoot a 3. And she buries it. So back-to-back 3s by the Sparks there. Hamby hit 1. And now Dangerfield hits 1. 85-54. Sabrina with the ball. Over to Sabali. Handoff to Sabrina. Sabrina over to Marquisha. Marquisha guarded by Zaya Cook. 8 on the clock. Marquisha with the ball. Picks up her dribble. Over to Sabali. Sabali with the ball. Tries to dribble out of it. 2 seconds. 1 second. And shot clock violation. Marquisha should have attacked there. She gave it to Niara in a bad spot. So it goes to the Sparks. Turnover by the Liberty. It's good that they're up by so much. They have a chance to work out some of the kinks here with this lineup, just in case this lineup has to be used. Ball in play with the Sparks. They started off the quarter pretty strong here. Dangerfield with the ball. Hesitation dribble guarded by Marquisha. Down to Hamby. Ball tipped away by Niara. Over to Rakia. Rakia, top of the key, attacks Niara Sabali. Does like a 360 spin in midair. Niara secures the rebound. Sabrina with the ball. Over to Niara Sabali. Handoff to Kayla Thornton. Kayla Thornton guarded by Cook. Over to Sabrina. Oh, it was a bullet pass there by Sabrina to Niara. And it goes right out of bounds. So, shaky start to this fourth for the Liberty. Ball in play here with the Sparks. Dangerfield over to Hamby. Hamby, handoff to Zaya Cook. She goes right into the paint. Gets stripped by Kayla Thornton. It deflects off Ray Burrell and goes out of bounds. Great hands by KT. She got beat on the drive. Reached in, got all ball there. Well, it looked like all ball. Sabrina with the ball. Over to Burke. Burke, bad pass. Crystal Dangerfield with the steal. Drop off to Hamby. Hamby just loses the ball out of bounds. So Hamby with the butterfingers. That's like a couple times tonight she's fumbled the ball there. Sabrina goes out. Dorkic comes in. Benijah Lane, they have the camera on Benijah Laney Hamilton. As we mentioned, she's out for the next 2 weeks after that surgery she had during the break. Marquisha Davis with the ball. Picks up her dribble. Gets it to Dojkic. Dojkic with the ball. 8 on the clock. Dojkic attacks. Over to Marquisha. Marquisha with the dribble. Spin move. One leg fall away off the front rim. Rebound to the Sparks. So, offense hard to come by with this lineup. They're working through the kinks there. Ray Burrell shoots an air ball. They cut away from Ray Burrell, and Niara Sabali just dribbles the ball out of bounds. It's ugly looking right now. Ugly quarter right now. The Liberty have 3 points. The Sparks have 6. Substitutions being made here. Kia Nurse checks in for the Sparks. For Ray Burrell, it looks like. Crystal Dangerfield comes off the screen, attacks Marquisha Davis, throws up the floater, and scores. So they've cut it down under 30 here. Vonna Dojkic on the drive, and she gets called for a push off. So the Liberty just racking up the turnovers here. Jalen Sherrod checking in. Marquisha Davis on the way out. Ball in play with the Sparks. So Rakia Jackson with the ball. She drives, pulls up for the mid-range jump shot, and scores. Timeout by Sandy Brondello. So the Sparks have scored 10 points in this quarter. Liberty only 3 with this bench unit. And Sandy Brondello wants to talk it over. So, as to be expected, the bench unit who hasn't played too much together, trying to figure things out on the fly. Sabrina hit that only 3, but no, it's just been turnover after turnover the last few possessions here for the Liberty. Forced and unforced. So the Sparks cutting into this big lead. There's only about 6 minutes left in this game. Sandy Brondello would prefer not to bring her starters back in. But if this lead starts to whittle down some more, she might have no choice but to. But it's good experience for the bench unit here. Good experience for the bench. All right, we're in commercial right now. We are in commercial at this moment. The big guns have showed up for the Liberty. The two Olympians from Team USA, Sabrina and Brianna, haven't missed a beat. Brianna Stewart, 27 points in 20 minutes. She went on a personal 9-0 run there in the third quarter to push this lead up to 40. Sabrina Ionescu with 18 points and 6 assists. Kayla Thornton also came to play. She has 13 on 3 of 5 shooting from 3 to lead the bench unit. So that's the production from the Liberty. For the Sparks, it's 11 from Jackson, 11 from Hamby, 15 from Burrell off the bench. All right, if you're just joining, we're in commercial right now. We are in commercial waiting to restart at the 6-minute mark in the fourth quarter. 5:55 to be exact. All right, we're coming back to the broadcast finally. All right, they're going through all the Olympic teams and all the players in this game who participated in the games, in the Olympic games. All right, so let's see. The Liberty have the ball with Burke, Thornton, Sabally. As KT says, out the timeout, I'm the vet on this court. I'll hit the threes. I'll score. As Kayla Thornton buries another 3. Push the lead back up to 30. Rakia Jackson to answer, and she misses. Rebound to Sabally. Over to Jalen Sherrod. She's quick with the ball. Over to Thornton. Thornton back to Jalen. Jalen over to Niara. Niara on the drive on Sabally. On Hamby. Oh, she misses the layup. Crystal Dangerfield on the run. Over to Rakia. Down to Hamby. Hamby on the attack. Goes up and scores. Back under 30. 5 minutes to go here. Liberty up. Been up the whole game pretty much. Dojkic down to Sabally. Ball gets deflected out by Zaya Cook. Ball to be inbounded by Sherrod. Sherrod gets it into Sabally. Over to Burke. Burke for 3. She finally hits one. KB knocks down the 3. Push the lead back up over 30. 91-60. So the 3 ball has been working for the Liberty tonight. The 3 ball has been working. Rakia Jackson on the attack. Shoots over. KB misses. Rebound to Sabally. So the Liberty are shooting 50% from 3. Sherrod on the drive. Sherrod out to Burke. Burke looking for Dojkic. Dojkic comes off the screen. Dojkic mid-range jump shot. Miss. Rebound to Hamby. Hamby right side to Zaya Cook. Zaya Cook crossover. Wide open for 3. She buries it. Zaya Cook knocks down the 3. And it's 91-63. Dojkic with the ball. Comes off the screen. Looking. Gets the ball to Sabally. She goes up and scores easily. So Sabally's first basket of the game. Back to a 30-point game. Hamby with the ball. Attacks Sabally. She looked like she traveled, and they call another foul there on Sabally. So Sabally's had a problem with the fouls today. At least she got on the scoreboard on that last possession. She has been rebounding. She has 2 points and 8 rebounds. But she does have 5 fouls. Hamby shoots and hits the first free throw. Why is my clock saying 5? This should be way less than 5 here. It's 3:45 to go, people. She misses the second free throw. Rebound to Kia Nurse. Nurse goes out to Dangerfield. Dangerfield with the ball. Over to Nurse. Right side down to Hamby. Hamby faces up against Sabali. Hamby tries to go up, under, and she loses the ball. Kayla Thornton with the ball. Great. Niara Sabali didn't foul on that possession. She's playing with 5. Kennedy Burke with the ball. She drives out Rakia Jackson. Goes up with the left and misses. Hamby outlet to Kia Nurse. Goes up. Layup is good. So it's 93-66. They're trying to cut into this lead, but it's too little too late, to be completely honest. Dojkic over to Sabali. Top of the key. Looking. Sabali over to Dojkic. Left side. Over to Sabali. Sabali eyes up at 3. She drives. Gets to the basket. Layup is good. Sabali with the score. And timeout there by Kurt Miller and the Sparks. Sabali's favoring that right hand. Hopefully she's okay. She's not even high-fiving with it. After that other possession where she fell down on that outlet from Sabrina at the beginning of the quarter, she's been favoring that hand. Hopefully she doesn't get injured again. She's going to be instrumental to our backup rotation there. So we're winding down this game, people. We are winding down this game. Liberty pretty much led wire to wire here. They've never trailed in this game. Salute to everybody still hanging around on the stream. Salute to every single one of you. Really appreciate it. Last game of the evening. There'll be more games tomorrow on Ion. It's over here about to be 11 p.m. here on the East Coast. It's 10:58 to be exact. Thankfully, this game started at 9 and not 10, you know. Because those 10 games, the game would be ending all 12:30. All right, still in commercial here. We are still in commercial here. All right, they're just showing some commercials here. Yeah, make sure you tune into for that game. Storm versus Fever. That's on Sunday. Yep, Sunday at 3:30. That's the game I said I was going to do. Daniel asks, Jay, do you think Kurt Miller gets fired after this season? His coaching has declined since joining the Sparks. It depends on who's available. That's really what it's going to boil down to. Who is available. The team construction is also questionable. They need a solid point guard to get everybody in their right places. Kia Nurse at the 2, you need somebody who's going to be more consistent. Kia Nurse has had flashes, but is she the long-term answer at the 2, at the starting 2? I don't know. But you have a solid base with Rakia. Hopefully Cam Brink comes back and De'Erica Hamby. And you have Azare Stevens, Lee Roos. So you don't have to worry about bigs like that. It's the guard, point guard, lead guard positions that you would have to worry about. All right, bowling play with the Sparks. 2:52 to go. It's Dangerfield, Nurse, Cook, Jackson, Yeru. For the Sparks, it's Sherrod, Burke, Thornton, Dojkic, and Sabali for the Liberty. Sherrod guarding Cook tight, staying in front of her, gets a strip, and great hands by Jalen. Niara over to Kennedy Burke on the run. Kennedy Burke attacks, tries to switch hands and gets fouled. But they call a foul on Yuru, who thought she had the clean block. So Kennedy Burke will go to the line for free throws. I mean, this season, Daniel, would have been better. You would have hoped that Cam would have not torn her ACL. She would have got a lot of game experience as Burke misses the first free throw. So that next season, you can go into the draft saying, what do we need? And build off of that. But now that Cam Brink has a setback, next season is basically going to be her first year all over again. She has to get reacclimated as Burke rattles in the second. Ball in play here with the Sparks. Approaching 2 minutes to go. Kennedy Burke with 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists off the bench. Rakia over to Zaya. Over to Dangerfield. Guarded by Sherrod. She's had a great strip the last play. She gets into the paint. Out to Rakia for 3. And she misses. Rebound to Marquisha. Marquisha on the run here. Marquisha slows it down. Over to Sherrod. Over to Kennedy Burke, top of the key. Kennedy Burke on the drive, gets into the paint, gets stripped, goes off of Nurse's foot. So stay with the Liberty. 1:53 to go. Sherrod to inbound. Gets it into Dojkic. Dojkic in the corner. 10 seconds. She steps back for 3. Dojkic rattles into 3. It's 99-66. 54% from the field for the Liberty. Yes, I think Cam Brink will be out for the first 2 weeks of next season as she continues to rehab. Yeah. Lee Yuru with the rebound off that miss. She goes up. Oh, she smokes the layup and rebound by Niara. Niara gets it to Marquisha. And she's holding that wrist. Yeah, something's wrong with that right wrist. Marquisha on the attack. Right hand attack and scores coast to coast. And the Liberty have crossed the 100-point mark. It's 101-66. Ball in play with the Sparks. After that, fouled by Marquisha. That was a great move on Marquisha. She went coast to coast there and scooped the layup. Pass to Yuru. Yuru goes up and misses. Great defense by the Liberty. Sherrod on the run. Sherrod crossover. Gets into the paint. Fakes the pass. Finds Niara on the roll and scores. Great play by Sherrod. Penetrated. Drew 2. Found a rolling Sabali. Oh, my clock is moving too fast. We just crossed the minute mark, people. It's 103-66. The bench unit, I think they found something here against the Sparks. Rakia Jackson, one leg fall away is good. Ball in play with the Liberty, and I'll start my clock now. 42 seconds to go. It's 103-68. Rakia Jackson up to 13 points. Dojkic with the ball going to her right. She comes back left. Over to Sherrod. Sherrod pulls up for 3. Off the rim. Almost halfway in. But Zaya Cook with the rebound. Zaya Cook with the ball. She drives into the paint. Pulls up for the mid-range jump shot. Misses. And Burke with the rebound. Sherrod will just dribble it across half court. And she'll dribble out the clock here. So the Liberty, in their first game back from the Paris 2024 Olympics, and get the win against the LA Sparks. Final score 103-68. Liberty move to 22-4. The Sparks drop down to 6-19. 103 points, most in franchise history versus LA. So New York Liberty continue. Daniel, salute my friend. The Liberty continue to break franchise records as the season goes on. Yeah, Sparks do need to be better, but having 4 players out, 2 starters, and solid bench players out does not help at all. Yeah, 3 starters out if you count Cam Brink. So injuries play a major part there. So it's tough, but we'll see how it pans out in the off season for the Sparks there. All right, people, let's take a look at the final stats for these teams. Let's take a look. I'm gonna pull it up on here. Let's see. And Browner. Let me get this game up so we could take a look at it. But Liberty put belt to behind there against the LA Sparks. All right, people. So it was 103-68. Liberty outscored them 29-10 in the first, 28-18 in the second, 25-20 in the third, and outscored them 21-20 in the fourth. Scored 20 points in all 4 quarters for the big lead there. Liberty with an 8-game win streak versus the Sparks going back to last season and the season before probably as well. Well, 3 this season and 4 last season. So, yeah. Breanna Stewart, 20 minutes, 10 of 15 shooting, 3 of 4 from 3. Finishes with 27 points and 4 rebounds. Didn't have to do too much tonight in terms of minutes. Jonquel Jones, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Phoebich with 4 points and 4 rebounds. Vandersloot with 8 points. And Sabrina Ionescu with 18 points and 6 assists. Kayla Thornton with 16 points off the bench, 4 for 6 from 3. Kennedy Burke with 6. Sabally with 6 points and 9 rebounds. She did have 5 fouls. Hopefully that wrist is not too bad. Sherrod didn't have any points, but she did have a steal and 2 assists in her 6 minutes. Marquisha Davis with 2 points. She did have a block as well. Ivana Dojkic with 7 points off the bench. Liberty shoot 53% from the field, 50% from 3-point range. They had 13 turnovers. A lot of that happened with the bench on the floor. Los Angeles Sparks, Hamby with 30 minutes, 14 points, 13 rebounds, double-double for her. Stevens finishes with 5 points and 4 rebounds. Rakia Jackson with 13, Clarendon with none, and Nurse with 10. Yeru with 1, 7 from Dangerfield, 15 from Burrell. She shot 13 free throws, made 12 of them. Zaya Cook with 3. They shoot 35.9% from the field, 33% from 3, 20 turnovers. 20 turnovers not going to get it done for them. So that is the game, people. Liberty get the win, 103-68. They go on to take on the Aces on Saturday. They take the Aces on Saturday. The Sparks, what do the Sparks have next? The Sparks take on the Sky on the 17th, which is in 2 days. That's on Saturday as well, I think. Yeah, that's Saturday at 5 p.m. So Sky Sparks is the Sparks' next matchup. Both teams coming off big losses. We'll see who can overcome in that matchup. Hey, Mom says we did it. Yes, we did. All right, people, as always, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like on the way out if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll be back probably on Sunday for the Indiana Fever Seattle Storm game. That's on ABC. It won't be on the next 2 days. Got things to do. But I will be updating the Instagram channel. I'll put any notes in the YouTube post section about that Liberty game on Saturday against the Aces. But I won't be on doing any watch-alongs. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, it's Jay Jordan. Salute. I'm out of here. I'm going to see y'all next time. Salute.